Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shall we continue again our new topic on the effect of divorce? When divorce took place, children have to go through the period of adjustment since the family system has now changed into different patterns. It is then very crucial to look after the needs of these special children in terms of their physiological, their security, their mental, their emotion, as well as their relation with the behavior. Of course, it's not being easy being in a divorced family, but when it is happened, of course, the children's the one who will be affected, not only the spouse, the mother or the father. Of course, they will need to handle with the situation, but of course, among the person who going to have impact on the divorce is children. So why children are affected by divorce? There are following some perspective on the views of children in a divorced family. So what's going to happen to the children if parents got divorced? Number one is fear of change. The children in a divorced family know that nothing will ever be the same again. While you are together as a parents, the situation is different. When you are splitting, you are separate, the situation will be different. And their previously secure world is in a state of change. Before they feel secure, but now they feel insecure. Many things will change. Not just the mother or the dad will not be around. They may lose contact with extended family on one side and another. Their bedtime, their meal time, and after school routine may change. It is a state of upheaval. So, being a children, the effect is number one, change. The fear of change. They will feel scared. Okay, because everything going to change. Every single thing. Because when both together, both parents, mother and father, will exchange the responsibility during the daily routine. As simple as during bedtime, during shower time, school, fetch children from school, having meal time, weekend time. Alright? So when they are splitting, it will be hustle. Everything will be taken care of one person. And when one person taking care of everything's a simple routine that going to change. The happiness going to affect at the beginning, of course. So number one is fear of change. Number two, fear of being abandoned. This is why children's affected by divorce. What is fear of being abandoned or losing attachment? When mom and dad are odds and either separated or considering separation, children have a realistic fear, and if they lose one parent, they may lose the other. The concept of being alone in the world is very frightening for the children. So they scared of losing another person. When divorced, for example, and of course most of the time the children will stay with the mother. If the attachment is with the father is very strong, when you are separate, you already lose something you love in your life. Children lose their father, which she or he loves so much because of the divorce. You are the one as a mother, you divorce. Maybe you have many reasons why you are divorcing with the husband. You hate the husband. If it was, for example, because of third person. But for the children's, he or she love the father so much. When you are divorced, the attachment, the contact with the father will be decreased, will be less. So they are losing another person. So by being divorced, the feeling of afraid and scared will of course felt by the children's, because she will afraid that she's gonna lose another one, the loving one, which is the mother. So the second things affected the children is fear of being abandoned. And then number 3 is coping with the parental tension. So this is another effect. So even though many divorces follow years of tension between husband and wife, the tension level typically increases during the shortly after a divorce. Parents who try to turn their children against the other spouse create absolutely impossible situation for that children. You are divorcing, for example, you take one example. Okay, a mother separate or divorce, asking a divorce from a husband because of the husband have another woman. And of course, as a wife, you hate your husband so much by having another woman behind you. And the worst is you married that woman. And of course, because of that, you're asking for a divorce. And after divorce, you don't want to see the husband anymore as a wife. And at the same time, you transfer that feeling to the children, to your children, to hate their fathers because of the father is being irresponsible, the father is having another woman. But on the children's side, they have another feelings. They don't have issues on relationship. You have issues in a relationship because that is your husband. But for the children's, they don't have any problem with their relationship because they still see the father as their father. They love their father so much, for example. And to ask the children to hate the father is impossible because the children don't have issues on intimate relationship. So the children need to cope with the parental tension. Your tension, you should normally you are the one who handle that situation. The children shouldn't cope with that tension, but because of divorce is happening, the children need to cope together the tension of your relationship. So that actually the meaning of coping with parental tension. So basically that is among the effect of the children's by having divorce. Fear of change, and then the fear of being abandoned or losing attachment, and then they also need to cope with the parental tension. Okay, next let us discuss the effect of divorce. A parent effect of divorce, there are short-term and long-term, of course. And then of course normally they will have a low achievement in school. So short-term effect, negative attitude, it will happen in short period of time. Okay, they will become aggressive, defiance, right? Depression, feeling of guilt, constant illness. So this is among the short-term things happen due to divorce. Before, your children are healthy, but because of the divorce, they're getting sick. They got fever, for example. Before they're confident, now they are feeling guilt. Before they're happy, now they start to feel depressed, right? And then before they're behaving well, now they become a bit aggressive. Alright, that is short-term effect. After they're able to cope with the situation, all the short-term effect will gone and they will back to normal. But there are another things, long-term effect. Long-term effect is mistrusting adults. They start to have this feeling he or she do not trust anymore on adult. Okay, because they've been hurt so much to handle, to cope with the situation, and it will bring the feeling of mistrust. They don't trust. So if they don't trust with adult, they will have a problem to themselves later on when they become adult. When they are growing, becoming adults, so they start to have this belief in their mind, I don't trust adult people anymore because I've experienced in my life. And then number two, long-term effect is they have a low self-confidence and low self-esteem. Okay, due to divorce, things happen in their life. So this is long-term effect. And then normally school achievement, depending if their divorce happened during a primary school, you will see a achievement affected on the primary school and then continue to secondary school. If that divorce happened during secondary school, you will see the dropping of their result during secondary school. And if the divorce happened during college level, so you will see a dropping on their school achievement, on their result achievement during college level. So this effect usually experienced by preschool children under the age of 4-6 years old. So because they are unable to control the behavior, but it could happen also to older children, right? So depending how parents are able to cope with the situation. So normally older children, they're able to handle this because they're able to understand the situation. And then next is ways reducing negative effect. So what are the things we can do to reduce the impact? Of course, the impact is there. The feeling bad is there, but there are a few things we can do in order to reduce the pain mentally, the pain emotionally, right? The pain psychologically. All right, there are a few things here. Number one is discuss about the divorce in private. Do not talk this in public. Wise parents would avoid open argument, especially in front of their children. This is wise parents who are wise, who have a common sense. Parents who don't have a common sense, they will fight, they will quarrel, they will argue in front of the children. This is I would consider stupid parents. Young children is in front of you and you are keep fighting. If you are clever enough, if you are wise enough, you will not quarrel in front of your kids because it's not good. The impact is on children. They are innocent. Why you bring them into your stressful situation? You have a problem, talk privately. In front of your children, show a good example. Alright, do not give them impact on your problems. Okay, parents should talk and comfort the children to cope with the situation, both during process and after process. Parents should be able to foresee the situation that the children will go through after the divorce take place. You will need to think in advance what would happen to the children if you get divorced. You need to plan how to discuss, when to talk this topic to the small children. So basically, if you have a problem, as a parent, talk privately. Take some space. Do not talk in front of the children. That's number one. Number two, provide continuous love and care. Even though you are separated, but the love and care need to be continued. Parents should cope well and try to take the children feel that they are loved. Blaming the children for the divorce can cause severe emotional damage on children and the effect may be in long term. This become low self-esteem and low confidence. The worst is your problem, and then you blaming others, and the worst is you blaming the children. You saying that you are the reason why I'm being separated. You blame your children because of your divorce. Oh, that's going to be worse. The worst thing ever, because you're going to impact long term on children's life. Their self-esteem, their belief going to be very bad, and that is bad. You as a parent, you do bad things if you're blaming children because of your divorce. Okay, so even though you are separating, you need to continue the love and the care, just purposely because of the children. You need to handle this wisely. You have a problem in relationship, but as a parent, your responsibility is there. Okay, next is a positive parents relationship. Even though you are separated, but you need to be positive. Okay, if you can continue as a friends, that is better for the children. Parents speak about and act positively to each other in front of the children. The children need to have continuous and frequent positive contact with the either father or mother. Positive, not become reflective. Tak boleh tengok langsung. Tengok je, mulalah jadi moroyan. Jadi tak tentu hala. So that is negative parents relationship. Okay, next is continue financial support. The financial support need to be continued. Do not stop. As a husband, whenever divorce, the nafkah, the financial is compulsory. You need to give to the children. Alright? To your ex-wife, you need to give to them, to her. So the child lifestyle is not distracted too much by the divorce. Instead, their life continues as normal. Alright, lifestyle. Before, while you are together, you have a different lifestyle. But when you divorce, the lifestyle become lower, dropping, very bad. So that is not good. You take out all the allowance. You don't give your nafkah. You didn't give your financial support on the children's. The school being stopped, for example. So of course there's going to be a lot of impact on the children. So the best is continue financial support. As much as possible, try let the child live in the same house with the same facility. instead of moving over a new place. Before, you stay in a good place, and then after divorce, the place, the home become downgraded. So of course there's going to be a lot of impact on the children especially. Okay, so this is the ways to reduce negative impact. If you're able to comfort the children, you discuss in private, continue financial support, the love is continue, the care is continue, okay, the relationship of the parents continue as a friends. So if you're having this situation, so the impact of the divorce to the children will be reduced, will be less. So this is a guideline. Next is the last part is the effect of divorce on children take place even before it's actually happened. All right. So let's look at the process. So here there are table: situation before divorce, decision process, and after divorce. Before, now, and after. Okay. The situation: parents having conflict and disagreement. Before. During, parents are making decision. What is the decision? Divorce. So after divorce, divorce took place and parents live separately. What is the effect on the children? Before divorce, experience stress and pressure because of the fighting. During the decision, children feel anxious, waiting for the parents' decision. And after the divorce, what is the children's effect? They experience separation anxieties, a feeling of insecure and afraid to live a life without parents both. Right? So this is the effect after divorce. So how to reduce the effect? Before divorce, parents have to discuss in private. Do not in front of the children. During the process, talk and comfort the children to cope with the situation. Use indirect explanation. You need to be clever as much as possible in dealing with the children. How to handle this? The priority is on the children. And then next, after divorce, parents should cope well and try to make the children feel that they are loved. Okay, in front of them, you need to be wise. And then parents speak about the act positively to each other in front of the children and continue financial support. So this can reduce the effect. All right, this is also the scenario and the way you can do in order to reduce the effect and to make sure the life after divorce is surviving. Okay. Okay, there are illustrations there. Mother from a different house and father moved to another house. At the end, children become a victim in the middle. All right. So they get stuck in everything's children's, right? For example, this is an example illustration that children will face for a divorced family. This Monday symptom, they can't even do the simple task, taking a bath without making a mess. They become scared, even the cute animals. Okay, this is among the impact of the children's. They touch anything and everything they can get in their hands. All right, so I think that's all for this topic. We're talking about divorce family. So, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.